What's going on, guys? It's Screech here, and we are back. It's been almost a year since I have uploaded a video, but I didn't quit the game. I just stopped making the videos. The camera broke, then the tripod broke, and I just become unmotivated, and I stopped. Then my PC shut down, and I was just like, oh well, we tried. But we're back. We're on that grind. We're on that goal for 1,000 subs, and we've just come back from locals in a brand new format and gone undefeated with the Raidraptor Kashtira build. So obviously with all those camera brokes and stuff, we can't really have the card for card choice, so we've gone ahead and whipped it on DB now. We're going to talk about the card for card choice, talk about the changes I'm going to make, as it's pretty much the first week of this format, and the format is still adaptable for change. And after today, even though I went undefeated, I went 2-0 in every single matchup, as you can see in the corner. There is a few minor changes I want to make. So we'll go over card for card choice. We played 3 copies of Fenrir being the best card, probably in Kashtira now because we only have 2 Unicorn. Going ahead and adding a monster is ridiculous in this deck. Of course, it can also search for itself. It is very good, very versatile, very generic. Obviously, one of your main starters in this deck. 2 copies of Unicorn, the card you want to see the most. He does everything in the deck, searches your spell. Birth is a phenomenal card, Theosis is a phenomenal card. Everything is revolving pretty heavily around these spells, but it's not a be-all and end-all. Sorry, you can still play very heavily around it without the spells. Triple copies of Rise Heart. A few people are playing 2. I stand by 3 as needed for this. It is your extender, and is also a part of the 2-card combo that you need in order to do like half of the Raidraptor stuff that you do in this deck. 2 copies of Scareclaw Kashtira is the other card you search, so you need to see like Unicorn or Fenrir, and then Rise Heart and Scareclaw, or Unicorn or Fenrir, and then Rise Heart and Scareclaw, like one of each of those, in order to do anything. And then Ogre, I just wanted more names, but I think Ogre is definitely caught,able and is one of the changes I'm going to make. 3 Theosis, 3 Birth, 3 Planet. Everything you need in this deck revolves around these cards. Birth is endless recursion whenever your board gets outed, and is one of the best spell cards ever printed. Theosis, getting you your additional names. And of course, its banish effect is very relevant. Of course, being able to now get back your things like your Arise Heart, like your Births when they get banished, when they get, cosmic or whatever. And of course, being able to just get back generic things like Fenrir, Unicorn for follow-up play. Planet searches everything. Also, that Shangri-La pop is relevant, and has actually won me one of the games today. Big Bang is Big Bang. You play this as your extender and your main card in the combo. And then we're playing 1 Raider's Wing and 1 Tribute Lanius. These are a part of the combos. I've got to stress this enough, guys. These are not bricks. People keep going that these are bricks and they are bad and you should not play them. Raider's Wing is arguably the only bad one you don't want to see. If you still see the Tribute Lanius in hand, you can still do the combo. However, you just have to normal summon the Tribute Lanius, and you can't have the additional normal off birth. But to be honest, the combo does not require the additional normal off birth. That doesn't mean you don't ever want that additional normal. I managed to make the full combo today, and then still have a normal summon for a Fenrir, so I ended on the full board plus a Fenrir. But it is, it is what it is. Raider's Wing is probably the one you don't want to see. But again, as long as you don't see them both, you're fine. You can still do the combo. It's fine. It's nothing wrong with any of it. They are not bricks. People were playing Cyframe Driver before this, and that was a brick. This is just combo extending stuff that you need in order to do, well, the combo. 3 Prosperity to help you dig, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Shifter. Shifter is still fantastic this format. Imperm is the best generic card in the game for like general negations, and Ash is there solely for things like Branded, Runic, which I obviously played very heavy of today and is very good. Talents, in my opinion, is the single best card in the format. It outs this entire board, and this deck, it's about the only card it really fears. It can play around everything else. I don't care about your enemy controllers, I don't care about your Book of Moons, your Change of Hearts, your Mind Controls, your Dark Rulers, your Regekis, your Lightning Storms, your Evenlies. The deck can play around that in many different ways. It really struggles to play around talents, which I think Kashtira has struggled with anyway, solely because of like Arise Heart's mandatory activation that happens every time you activate a card. The deck just is forced to play into talents, and there isn't really any way to play around it, with the exception of like Judgment and anti-spell and stuff to stop the talents, which is one of the changes we are going to make. And then triple lava golem, like I said, you don't need your normal summon unless you're bricking on the Raidraptor stuff, or you've got one of those really, really weird hands where you've been impermed and ashed and rolled and veiled and everything else, and you need that normal summon off birth. But you don't need your normal summon, and there is no reason not to play lava golem. It's still fantastic out in boards, out in the twins, out in the sprites, out in the runics, out in the Despia cards. It does everything you need. For the extra deck, 2 Shangri-La, 1 Arise Heart. That is all we're playing now, and we are still on 2 Zeus. A lot of people have gone down to 1, and there's been a few talks about, you know, not needing that second Zeus now. However, the mirror is still prevalent. The deck is still, in my opinion, one of, if not the best deck in the format, and you still don't want to get caught with 1 Zeus in there, as it is what you use to out the board, and Unicorn will just be sniping that over and over again if they're not already sniping the Arise Heart. Also the reason that you have to play 2 Shangri-La. I have seen a few lists cut that down to 1 now, but again, just for the mirror match, you really need to play the second of each. Garura, Entis, Goliath are all here to, of course, be prosp targets to attach off Arise Heart. A draw, a pop, and a protection is very, very good. Dark Arm Dragon is one of the other cards that we decided to play today at the bottom. I was happy with this. I was originally playing Omega as a 4th card. It's also good for shuffling back your Arise Heart so that you can, you know, Arise Heart more than once. But this card is so good. I found myself almost every day a game today needing to make a rank 7 just to help make into Zeus to secure the boards and stuff going into like turn 3. And I didn't want to Zeus over my other cards like my F-Zero and my Evil Swarm card. Not the Evil Swarm card, what's it called? Sorry. Oh, yeah, Evil Swarm Nightmare. Or the Shangri-La, because, you know, Shangri-La is going to get you a Fenrir. And I just wanted to make a rank 7, and I found myself just making this for the Zeus, but it is good to make something that does something. So being able to make this, pop a card, and then still make a 2-mat Zeus is exactly what you need. And then Raidraptor Ultimate Arsenal Falcon is here for the combo as well. Donna for Hire is to out Ibli Lock, as well as just general outs of things like Skill Drain and other Floodgates. And then the Draco Future package, Evil Swarm Nightmare, and of course Big Eye for the mirror and various other things. Side deck, we went for 3 Summon Limit, 3 Droll, 1 Change of Heart, 2 Sphere Mode, 3 Dark Ruler No More, 1 Duster, and 2 Lightning Storm. Lightning Storm was the MVP of the day. I saw Lightning Storm almost every game, whether I saw it off Prosp, in my opening hand, drew it off Talent. It did not matter. I saw Lightning Storm almost every game that I sided today, and it has won me almost every game. If I did not see the Lightning Storm, I saw the Duster. Very good into the Runic match, very good into the Labyrinth match, and various other trap decks. Eldritch was floating around my locals and stuff today. Sphere Mode never come up. I did side it in twice, but didn't need it. The one time I did see it, I also saw it with Lava Golem, and I opted to Lava Golem instead of Sphere Mode, just because the last thing that he had was like irrelevant. I want to say it was Sprite, and he had like IP red blue, and it was like, okay, I can out it all, but it's not needed, so I just outed like the IP and the blue, the IP and the red, just left the blue, and then just outed the board anyway off things like Fenrir and stuff. It wasn't relevant, it didn't really matter, but I wouldn't cut it. Change of Heart, stealing cards is very good, especially in the mirror match. Stealing a Rise Heart, stealing Xyz just to make Zeus is very good. Droll sided it in every single game today. It is still very prevalent in the format and potentially main deck worthy. A lot of people are like, oh, it's gone now, you know, there's no Kashtira, there's no Super Heavy, we don't need to play Droll. Runic is still everywhere and is probably going to be the #1 represented deck. It definitely is at my locals. Obviously you adapt to the meta as it goes on, but this is the card you need to stop Runic. There's also some other decks floating around like Dryatron. You can argue it's not main deck worthy because of decks like Branded, but, you know, I don't know about that. And then 3 Summon Limit is also potentially changeable. So this is the deck I played, Undefeated XO. I'm now going to go ahead and make the changes and show you the deck I'm going to probably be playing in the future off of the first week and the changes that we're going to make. So these are the changes I am going to make. This is the list I think I will play in the future from here. Nothing major, there's no major changes. We have cut the Scareclaw back to 1, and we have cut the Ogre completely to replace it with the 3rd copy of Talents, because it's just so good, this format, and the Terraforming. I should have probably just played the Terraforming anyway. Wanting to see more Kashtira names and wanting to see that Scareclaw more, just makes sense to play the terraforming, because then not only are you going to see the Scareclaw more, or the Rise Heart more, or the Kashtira more, or the Fenrir more, or the Unicorn more, you're going to see the exact one you need every time. Obviously, it does play heavily into Droll, but like I said, a lot of people are cutting back on Droll right now, so it has the potential to definitely be main deck worthy. And Talents is just such a good card in this format, in just in general. It is so versatile, and I don't really think you need the Ogre. And then for side deck, Summon Limit swapped out for anti-spells. Runic is just everywhere, and I want even more ways to deal with Runic, as well as various other decks that play spells. Rika is heavy thingy, Vanquish Soul. Even there was 2 elements running around today. There was so much stuff running around today. Obviously, in the first week, people are adapting to the format. But yeah, I definitely think the anti-spell is going to be better than the summon limit. Other than that, perfect. I don't think there's anything that I need to change, and this is definitely the deck I'm going to play. We're going to go ahead now and show you the combo for the deck, and then we'll call it a day and give you the rundown. Okay boys, it's combo time. So this is pretty much a 2-card combo. It can be done with a variety of 2 cards. Unicorn Rise Heart is the best. Of course, these can be replaced with Fenrir, Births, Planets. There's various different ways of it, but the standard combo is 2 Kashtira names, or a way to 2 Kashtira names. We're going to go ahead and show you the basic combo. So it starts off with Unicorn and Unicorn Effect, of course, searching our copy of Theosis. Theosis is then going to be activated, allowing us to special summon a Kashtira with different attribute. We're going to go ahead and go into Fenrir, and the Fenrir is going to allow us to search for Scareclaw Kashtira. We're then going to go ahead and do the standard play from old format stuff, where we go into Shangri-Ira, and then going to go ahead and go Rise Heart, and Rise Heart Effect will, of course, banish the copy of Big Bang. You're then going to go ahead and activate Shangri-Ira as 1, Big Bang as 2, or vice versa is what I do here, and go ahead and block a zone. This zone is going to become irrelevant, which you will see why in the future, and of course you then get a special summon of a Kashtira. We're going to go for the Unicorn here, does not matter at all, and then we're going to go ahead and overlay both of these into the Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon is going to activate to detach and summon from deck. We're going to then go ahead and summon the Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius is going to activate to send Raider's Wing to grave. Sorry. Going to then activate Raider's Wing, which is going to summon itself by detaching a material from a Dark XZ. So you're going to go ahead and detach from the other material from the Raidraptor card. And you're then going to go ahead and use both of these rank 7s to go into F0. This is the point where if they have nib, they need to nib. But the thing that makes this combo so good, if they nib here, you still make a Rise Heart, because you still have the Scareclaw Kashtira in hand. If they do not nib you here, hunky dory, you're going to make Draco Future now, which is the negate for the Nibiru. You're then going to go ahead and take your 2 level 4s. You're going to overlay both of these into the Nightmare, which is double Book of Moon, and we're then going to finish it off with Scareclaw Kashtira, banishing Theosis to, of course, add back the Big Bang here. And of course, Shangri-Ira has activated its effect. The block zone won't be there, but it has still activated its effect, which means we can then make a Rise Heart as well. Now, this combo can then go on and further from here. If you go ahead and go Birth, Birth can go ahead here. We're going to set the Big Bang. Birth can go ahead and get Fenrir. That's an extra disruption on the Fenrir. If you have Prosp, you're going to start banishing things like your Goliath, getting additional attaches. Maybe you can make that a Rise Heart live. This is the standard combo that, doesn't mean anything else in hand. There is one important thing to note here, though. Going into your opponent's turn, the first thing you're going to do is activate the Nightmare, specifically detaching the Raider's Wing, because then that will trigger a Rise Heart and attach the Raider's Wing, which is so broken because Raider's Wing does actually state, if you look right here at the bottom, an XYZ monster whose original attribute is dark and has this card as material gains the following effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. So now you have a untargetable Rise Heart. If we go ahead and combo a little bit further and go into it a little bit more and go, oh, look at this 3, 4, 5, 6 card combo, you then can do this again with Goliath. You now have an untargetable, undestructible Rise Heart. This is a Towers Rise Heart. People struggle to out a Rise Heart anyway. Never mind it being literally a Towers. It is a Pearly Noir, a Rise Heart. Broken, absolutely broken. And yeah, this is definitely my favourite build of Kashtira, seeming that we're no longer locking 5 because of the Diablosis ban. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There is various other combos of this. You do not have to end on Nightmare. I have seen things that do this exact combo that make any other rank 4 in the game. You can make Abyss Dweller, you can make Tornado Dragon, you can make Gallic Granite and Search Nibiru. If you go ahead and do that, it means that you can actually get the Raider's Wing on the Arise Heart during your turn. You don't have to wait for the detach, so it can play around, Dark Ruler and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just something to consider. And of course, Nibiru is a pretty good card this format anyway. But that's enough rambling on by me. It's been your boy Screech, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Screech. Peace.